Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to do a flowing class on the reformer. I'm setting up with a light or medium spring and the bar down, and we're going to stand so that the knees can touch the bar, hands on the carriage, and we're going to stretch forward. So we're going to begin warming up the body by stretching the legs, sending the sits bones up and the hands forward, and bending the knees. Let's just do that one more time. Stretch. Imagine the spine lengthening as much as the spring is lengthening. And bend. One more time. Stretch, lengthening the carriage away. And this time we're going to start rolling the tailbone down, lift the stomach, and rounding like a cat stretch. Really lift the stomach up, and then again send the carriage away as long as possible, and then bend the knees to stretch even more. Let's do that twice more. Rounding up, lifting the stomach, bringing the carriage all the way to the stopper, and lengthening away. Bending the knees to create even more length through the spine. Just one more time, rounding, lifting. This time we're going to stay there. Keep lifting the stomach so much the heels come off the floor. And keep that lift in the stomach as the heels reach down to the floor. Reach the carriage away, bend the knees. We're going to stay with the knees bent. Slide the shoulders back, open the chest, and come forwards into a squat position. So there's very little weight on the hands. And then again, stretch forwards, reach the sits bones back. Bend the knees, bringing the carriage back, opening the collarbones, almost no weight on the fingertips, and dive back down, lengthening the spine. Just one more time, bending, lengthening the spine. We're going to stay there, transfer the weight totally onto the legs, reach the fingertips up on a long diagonal, so we're in a squat, and come up to standing. Left foot's going to stay on the floor, going to put the heel against the carriage, take a breath in, reach the arms up, clasp them, and as we reach the arms up towards the ceiling, we're going to reach the heel forward. Really feel the pelvic floor and stomach engaging and coming back. Same thing, but this time we're going to clasp the hands behind the back, reach the heel forwards as the arms reach back, and open the shoulders, lift the chest, and back. Both hands on both sides of the leg, relax the head over, and stretching over, really release, breathe deeply. And coming back, slowly rolling up one vertebra after another, and let's change legs. So finding the balance on the right leg, left foot against the carriage, taking a breath in, sweeping the arms up. Going to clasp the hands and reach them up towards the ceiling. Reach the heel forwards and really engage the pelvic floor and the stomach muscles. And coming back. Same things with the hands clasped behind the back. Reach the heel forward, reach the arms back, open the shoulders, open the chest. And back. Place both hands on the carriage, and we're going to just stretch over, seeing how much we can relax the head and the shoulder and the neck, warming up the back of the body, the back of the leg, and the spine. Slowly coming up. And we're going to put the bar up, and we're going to come to a lunge. So come into a lunge with the knee on the carriage. tucking the toes. And we're going to bend the front knee, stretch the heel back, open the chest, opening the collarbones. As we come back, we're going to round the spine. Exhale all the air out. And again, inhale, reach the heel back, reach the head up, and exhale, rounding through the spine. One more time, just like that, taking a deep breath in, seeing if you can relax the shoulders down, and exhale, keeping them relaxed as you round in. One more time, we're going to place the forearms on the bar, reach the heel back. This time we're just going to sink down, getting that deep stretch on the hip flexors on this side. Breathing deeply in and out. Let's take that all on the other side. Knee on the carriage, toes tucked. Bend the front knee. Open the chest, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, rounding back. Inhale, opening, lengthening the spine. Exhale, rounding, connecting through the center. Again, inhale. Exhale, rounding, really squeeze all the air out. One more time, sinking down, this time forearms on the bar. Getting that deep stretch, sinking deeper and deeper, relaxing more and more. Come up, and let's put the springs for footwork. So I'm using 3 springs. Feel free to use whatever feels good for you. You know your reformer, you know your body. So let's come to lying on our backs. You can choose to have the headrest up, or if you prefer, you can work with it down. Going to think of the heels pressing into the bar, and as the heels press into the bar, feel the connection of the back of the thighs, and relax. Again, just pressing the heels down, lift the pelvic floor, lift the stomach, and relax. This time we're going to go into the full movement. So press the heels into the bar, connect the pelvic floor and stomach muscles, and then keep going all the way until your legs are as long as possible. And then feel that pressing of the heels into the bar as you go back down. So we're pushing away, controlling back, and still feeling the heels pressing into the bar. Inhaling and exhaling. You can choose when you take the air in and when you breathe it out. Just make sure you are breathing. Let's do one more slowly. This time we're going to stay with the legs long. Connect the pelvic floor and stomach, and we're going to take little bounces down, up, and down. Still with that sense of the heels pressing into the bar. You really should be feeling the connection of the back of the legs. And then one last time, reaching, lengthening the legs all the way. Bringing the carriage back. We're going to move onto a V position, onto the balls and the toes. Press the heels together. And again, lengthening the legs. Stay there for a moment, creating even more length through the body and controlling on the way down. Let's do one more time. Nice and simple, just like that, lengthening and bending the knees to come down. So we're going to add on. So you're going to stretch the legs, bring both heels down underneath the bar as far as possible, lift them up, and bend. So stretch, heels down, lift them up and bend. And you can choose when you inhale and when you exhale. Just make sure that you're really noticing your breath. Let's do it one more time. And down and up. Stay there for a moment. Feel the wrapping around of the thighs. And slowly coming down. Open the legs to a wide V. Again, just feeling the pressing down, connecting the heels into the bar to engage your pelvic floor and stomach, to activate the back of the legs and relax. One more time, just pushing so the bed might move an inch or two, but not very much more than that. And we're going to take that into the full movement. Press the heels into the bar, lengthen the legs, and keep pressing the heels into the bar as we come back. Press, and keep pressing on the way back down. Inhaling and exhaling. So stay with the legs long, and we're going to go into the bounces again. Bounce up, down, down. And one last time, stretching the legs out really, really long. And coming back. We're going to have the legs together, parallel and together on the ball and toes. Reach the legs out. And we're going to go into walking slowly to begin with. So really reach one heel down underneath the bar and then lift in the center to lift the heel. And then let's go to the other side. Reach, reach, reach. And up. One more time, just like that, either side. Lifting up. Other leg. So when we take the heel down, we're going to take 3 little pulses. Down, down, down. Lift up. Other side. Pulse down. Lengthen the heel and down. Lift up. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Up and down. Down, down. Up. Just one more time. Other side. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Lift and pulse. Pulse, pulse, lift, and that's just stay for a stretch. So one heel underneath the bar, other heel on the bar. Start off with the leg that's being stretched really long. And then don't think of bending, but unlocking behind the knee. So there's a soft bend in the knee. Just notice if that changes anything in the way you feel the stretch. And let's go to the other side. So we'll start off with the leg that's being stretched really long. And then just unlock the knee. So there's a very soft bend. Notice how that changes a stretch. Bringing the carriage back. Hug the knees towards the chest. Lift the head up. Just take a few gentle rocks so that we come all the way to sitting. Have the legs on the sides of the reformer so that you feel like they're slightly pressing in. We're going to put one hand in front. Hold on wherever's comfortable. It might be a shoulder rest or the head rest or the carriage, and just twist around. Let's go to the other side. One hand on the bar, choose where you put the other hand, lengthen up, squeeze your legs into the reformer and twist around. I'm going onto 2 springs. So arms and straps, again, you know your reformer, you know your body, you choose. I'm going to take the straps into the hands. I'm going to keep the heels pressing into the bar and press the hands into the straps. So there's no movement, but I'm really feeling the shoulders working. And exhaling, lifting the right leg up, and think of pressing the left hand a little bit more into the strap and back down. Left knee floats up, right hand presses a little bit more and down. I'm trying to feel the connection through the obliques here. Right knee, left hand pushes a little bit harder into the strap and down. Again, right hand, left leg. Let's just do that one last time on either side. Float the right knee up so the opposite hand, the left hand pushes down. Let's do it one last time. Right hand, left leg. Now I'm going to float both legs up so both hands are connecting. And I'm going to keep the legs exactly where they are to press down. And inhale back. Exhaling all the air out as the arms lengthen down. Just one more time like that with the head down. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Really draw the stomach in and down. So you can choose to keep your head down. I'm going to lift the head up and stretch the legs as long as possible. Inhale down. Exhale all the air out and inhale. Twice more. And down. Just one more time like that. Exhale, 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 all the air out. Coming back, I'm going to open the arms to a T position and take both knees just a little bit to the right. Draw the stomach in to bring them back and over to the left. So there's no movement in the hands. The shoulders are really working and the stomach is working to stabilize. And it might not be a very big movement. Really feel it working from the center. Over to the left. Let's just do one more like that, either side. So maybe you can challenge and go a little bit further this time. And back. Last one. And bring your elbows close by your sides. We're going to go into coordination. Lift up your head, stretch your arms and legs out as we did before. This time we're going to open, close the legs, bend the knees, bend the elbows. You might want to keep your head up all the time, or if it brings tension into your neck, you can take your head down whenever you need. Just keep going a few more like this. Stretch, open, close, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Twice more. And relax the head down. I'm going to put the straps down just for a moment. Grab onto the shoulder rests. We're going to take a big side to side. So knees together. We're going to take them as far as we can over to the right, but still keeping the left shoulder into the mat, and lift the stomach to come back. So let's go in the opposite direction. Go to the left, keep the right shoulder down, getting a really good twist. And up. Over to the right. And back. Over to the left. This time we're going to go over to the right, stay there, and just the bottom leg, the right leg, is going to open and close. Open and close. 4 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Coming back. Let's go to the other side. Taking the legs over to the left, stay there, and the bottom leg goes down and up. Down and up. Another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Coming back, we're going to take the straps. If your headrest was up, you might want to put it down now. And now we're going to place the feet in the straps. Reach the heels away, V position, and just take a few simple frogs, bending and stretching. I'm going to really try and keep the hips relaxed, the pelvis neutral, opening the shoulders. So next time, bending the knees, roll the hips just a little bit off, place the hips back down and stretch the legs. Again, bending the knees, roll the hips maybe a little bit more this time. Hips down and stretch the legs. Bend, peel the tailbone off, place it back down and stretch just one more time like that. Stay there for a moment. It should feel like a pretty good stretch for your lower back. And then down. Straighten the legs. We're going to parallel them. Lift and lower. So again, lift the hips off just a little bit and lengthen legs all the way down as far as you can while the pelvis stays neutral. Lift and lower. If this feels enough for you, stay there. If you want, you could join me in the short spine. So bring the legs towards you. I'm going to peel up one vertebra after another until the carriage comes to the stopper. I'm going to just stay there for a moment, lengthening through the legs, lengthening through the spine. Heels together, bending the knees in towards the shoulders, and slowly rolling down one vertebra after another until the hips meet the mattress. Stretch the legs out, parallel them, and keep going. You might want to do it a little bit faster this time if you know the exercise and it feels good for you. Or you might want to take it slowly with me. Bending the knees, heels together, V position, rolling down one vertebra after another, getting that length through the spine, stretching the legs out. Let's just do one more time. Lifting up, creating as much length through the body as possible, making sure there's no unnecessary tension in the neck. Bending your knees, inhale, exhale, slowly rolling down one vertebra after another. We're going to keep the hips down, so if you want, you can take your headrest up if you need it. And we're just going to take some nice big circles. Make them as big as you want, and we're not worrying too much about stabilizing the hips this time. We want more movement than anything else. And let's change the circle, opposite direction, down, opening the legs as wide as possible, reaching them away from the body. Still feel the connection to the center, as if the legs actually start from the stomach and not from the hips. And then we'll just take a nice stretch, opening your legs. You might want to take a soft bend in your knees. You might want to hold on onto the straps and rock a little bit. Just find your way of getting the best possible stretch for your body right now. Take another moment to enjoy this stretch. Hope you're enjoying it. Slowly closing the legs, taking the straps off, putting them back in place. And we're going to roll up to sitting into a mermaid position. So I'm going to go on to one spring, one red spring on this bed, but whatever works for you. Place one hand in the center of the bar, reach the other arm up, and we're going to stretch over. When you think you've got as far as you can, we're going to stay there and see if you can melt a little bit deeper into the stretch. And coming all the way back. Let's do that again. Lengthening up and over, getting to where you think is the maximum, and then see if you can soften a little bit deeper into the stretch. and coming up. One more time. This time we're going to stay here in that stretch, twist, reaching the arms forward as if we want to touch someone on the other end of the room. Place a hand on one side of the bar, and the other hand on the other side, and then keep lengthening. So again, I'm imagining my spine is lengthening like the spring is stretching, and then coming back, opening the chest, coming back as far as feels good. And again, reaching, 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 lengthening. Stay for a moment, see if you can relax the shoulders, and coming back up, opening the chest. Let's do that one more time. Reaching, lengthening both sides of the body. Then we're going to just come up a little bit on a long diagonal, bending the elbows to the side, bringing the carriage back, and stretching. So the spring's not very heavy, it's not very hard on the arms, so really focus on the scapula, sense of them gliding up and down. Let's just do two more this way. Stretching out, bringing the carriage back in. And before we do the other side, we're going to take the back leg, place it over the front, lengthening up. Both sits bones want to be down into the mat, and then we're going to twist. You might want to hold on to the shoulder rests, or hold on to the reformer, and really see how long you can make your spine as you twist it around. We have all that on the other side, so I'm going to turn my back to you. Hand is on the center of the bar, the other hand reaches out long, up and over, finding our stretch and then deepening it. And coming up. Let's do it one more time, just like that. Up and over, staying, deepening, and coming up. Again, finding the stretch, relaxing in the shoulders, and then twisting, reaching the arm forwards as if we're trying to touch someone on the other side of the room. Place our hand on one side of the bar, open the other hand, and stretch the spine as a spring stretches. And then opening the chest, coming up as much as feels good for your back. And again, lengthening out, long, long spine. See if we can relax something in the shoulders, in the face. Coming up, spiraling, rotating around. One more, lengthening it. Then just coming up a little bit on a long diagonal, bending the elbows and straightening. Notice how the breath flows in and out. Let's just do two more. Preparing the arms. And coming all the way up. And then taking the back leg over, placing the foot on the carriage, lengthening up and using the arms in whatever way feels good for the back. I'm going to be working with one heavy spring. You might want to have a light and a medium. I'm going to have my right foot forwards and my left foot back, squaring off the hips, lengthening the spine, and keeping the arms long. I'm going to bend the right knee and lengthen so the head comes in line with the arms. Shoulders down away from the ears and coming up. Again, bending the front knee, stretching the leg back, really lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And coming up. Just one more on this side. Just stay there. Reach the legs back, push the arms into the bar. Feel how long the spine can be here. And let's change. Left leg forward, right leg back, long spine, square off the hips, and then bend the left knee, the front knee, as you stretch the right leg back. So you might be feeling a bit of a stretch behind your calf. And back. And again, lengthen the spine. Reach. Long arms, long legs, long spine. And back. Just one more time. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Lengthen. Coming into the long stretch. So both heels against the footrest. Try and make your spine as long as possible here as well, as you bring the weight slightly forwards and slightly back. So you might want to keep it quite a small movement. You might try and challenge yourself by going as far forwards as possible and as far back as possible without changing anything in the length through the body. Really engage the stomach. And the next time we're going to go all the way back. Place the knees onto the carriage and we're going to round back, pulling the stomach in. So the carriage is not really going to move so much, just we're going to move. Going to come back with a long spine. Drop your hips down towards the bar. Open your chest and look up. And then rounding back. As far as you can, pulling your stomach in. Again, wave-like motion through the spine, opening the chest, gazing up, and rounding back, pulling the stomach in. Last time we're going to stay there, keeping the chest open, engaging the center, and again start off with a small movement up and down, and you might want to stay with that small movement, or if it feels good for your back, you might want to make it bigger. Opening the chest. Let's just do one more like that. Opening the chest, taking your hips all the way back to your heels. Stretch the arms out. Just again feeling that length through the spine. So we're going to take another lunge variation. If you have some sensitivity in your knee, you might want to place a cushion underneath the knee. Place, I'm with my right foot on the bar, reaching the hips forward, opening the chest, gazing up. Inhale, exhale, reaching the back leg back, and then I'm stretching the front leg, staying there for a moment. And again, coming back, opening, gazing up, opening the front of the thigh, and stretching back, lengthening behind the front leg. Let's just do it one more time like that. Opening. And stretching back. Let's come forwards. Take the opposite hand, so for me it's the left hand off, and we're going to lift up and take a side bend, thumb side bending to the right. We've got all that on the other side, so see if you need a cushion underneath your knee. I've got my left foot on the bar, bringing the hips forward, opening the chest, inhaling, exhaling, reach the back leg and then stretch the front leg. Coming forwards, opening, and reaching back, lengthening. See if you can relax your head here as well. Let's do that one more time. Coming forward, open, back, length, and we're just going to stay there. Breathe into the stretch. And last time, coming forward. Opposite hand to the leg comes up, and taking a bend to the side. We're going to come back into that long stretch position. So stretching both legs out. This time, turn both feet over to the right. Keep the shoulders facing forwards and just going forwards and backwards. So again, you might make the movement pretty small, or you might try and challenge yourself by going as far forwards and back as possible. I'm going to go twice more on this side. Coming back, you might want to relax and shake out your hands a little bit, because we're going over to the other side. So both feet looking over towards the left, shoulders stay exactly where they are, looking towards the floor and moving forwards and backwards. And again, noticing if you want to make it small, or if actually you feel like a bit more of a challenge, then you can take it all the way forwards and back. Either way, hope you felt your obliques really working. Let's just stretch the hands. You're going to put the back of the hand on the mat and walk the feet all the way. So it's as if the toes are massaging the wrist. And just stay here for a moment. Relax over. Take a few deep breaths here. So carefully and safely, coming off the reformer, I'm going to place the hands on the foot bar, walk back so we're lengthening through the spine, and just play a little bit with the hips and the knees, bending both knees. And we're going to take a wave forward, so rounding the spine, lifting up the heels, bringing the hips down towards the bar as your gaze goes up and your collarbones open, and going all the way back, lengthening through the spine and generously bending the knees. Let's take that wave motion twice more, rolling forwards, extending the spine, opening the front of the body, and round. Hanging back all the way forwards, rounding, opening the chest, and last one, coming back. Allow your hands to drop to the floor, drop the top of the head over, and just play with the head with small movements forwards and back, side to side. And again, just take a moment to relax. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, press your feet into the floor, lift the stomach, slowly rolling up one vertebra after another. And as we get there, we're going to take a deep breath in, float the arms up to the sky, bring the palms of the hand to touch. Let's bring the hands towards the heart, so we can take a moment just to notice the rhythm, the beating of the heart. And then let's take a deep breath in and relax. So thank you for doing this reformer class with me, and please subscribe if you'd like to do some more classes.